Hi. I know the timing is really probably not the best time. I'll upload it to YouTube though, because most people it's Friday and it's awkward. Well, depends where you are in the world. So this is some people have noticed and have made this shift. Some haven't yet, but some have made this big quantum or timeline jump. It's a dimensional shift. And they know there was a big shift. Something different has definitely changed. I feel different. So I'm going to go, more's coming in my head's actually sore. So I'm going to tell you what's coming in and what's coming through and what to expect. We got some more. Because this is not something you've experienced before at all in this body. In this, let's say, you think it's this lifetime. What's actually happened is you did a dimensional shift in your body. So you didn't die and come back, as I shared, as Demela Universe was trying to explain. You didn't die and come back. You didn't have to be reborn. Normally, you would have come back in a new body and started a whole new life. This is why it's a bit confusing. This is why now what you're doing. So basically, those that made this shift, what's happening is now you're clearing your past life. This is why we're ending all contracts, soul contracts. We're saying goodbye to all our family members, all these things. We're releasing these people because literally, so those that also felt that you had a physical upgrade, your body was prepared to make this big shift, this timeline jump. Your body was prepared, your physical vessel. That's why there were so many physical changes, huge energies. Wow, massive. You knew something had happened, right? It's like a rebirth. So some of you might have experienced going through the cave of creation consciously, sometimes unconsciously. So what it is, if you had died now and had to come back in a new body, you would have done that. So what you do is, it's like a record, it's a reset basically. It's a reset, and a copy is kept and on the earth, and it's like imprint, or it's like what you say, Earth's Akashic Records, Earth Grid. And same with your Akashic Records, but you didn't die. This is why people are like, this is why I'm going to explain. It's interesting actually, because luckily I have been through this process, because I did actually leave. I've been to the cave more than once, but I did leave and come back in 2020, right? So it is strange. So you're going to see big changes, and you're going to feel very different, because you are. Literally, that old timeline, you left that old version of Earth, old dimension, you've done the dimensional shift or jump. So the family and friends and everything that you knew you were in that old epoch, the 3D Earth, wherever you were born into, right? So-called born into, is gone. So that's basically a past life to you. Yeah, there we are. It's basically a past life. So how you are viewing it now is a past life. Yet you're still holding some of this stuff in your vessel, and this is why this is now. You'll see some interesting things are coming. I'll go through as I explained today. I did a little YouTube to help people because, well, I mean, I'm still in bed. I've been in bed the whole day, really. I mean, big release and crying most of the morning. Wow, it was a very hectic day. Wow. And I thought it was strange because I've released all my family. Like literally. And I didn't really get it the first time. I was like, okay, well, whatever. Because you've done your healing and tearing, and then but it was releasing soul contracts, ending their soul contracts. Okay, bye, our business is finished, bye. Our business is finished, bye. Our business is finished. So you are literally cancelling and clearing all soul contracts, because that you does not actually exist. Although you look in the mirror and you think, but it's me. No, that you is not here, is not alive. That world, that energy, that thing died, literally. That is a past life. So this is why it's a bit of a mind twist for people. If you'd experienced going through, it's a big timeline. It's a big shift. It's a big jump you made. This is a big timeline jump you've made. So normally you would have gone in the old epoch, gone and come back in another body, new family, no. So this is why you're cutting cords with anybody that had lessons in that old past life now. Because that last week is your past life. Counted as that epoch, that old earth that is completely gone. Doesn't exist in our energy. We're in a new energy, new timeline, new dimensional space, new earth, new energies, new consciousness. So it's like being reborn. You're starting from scratch again. So this is why, and this is why this morning it was like, oh, wow, that was very heavy stuff. Wow, a lot of crying. I cried the whole time. So you get it all out, you cry it out, whatever, that shit you're still holding in. And then you have to set those people free. Why? First of all, because they don't exist in our life. That lesson, the third dimensional earth, is gone. So when you were born, the family you chose, all those lessons, whether you learned them or not, has gone. That time, that energy, that earth, that dimensional space is actually gone. So this is why we're cutting it, because those lessons, we're thanking them for the lessons, if we got them or not. They were painful. If you were the perpetrator, they were the victim, whatever it was. So you are saying goodbye to family, children, mothers, parents, brothers, sisters, bye, 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 bye. You're letting yourself and them free, because it's a past life. So you're clearing, like healing a past life. You're setting them all free, because it's a whole epoch. This is why it's also very intense. I made a little short live on YouTube to explain to people they can get this. Yeah, we will. Don't worry about them. You see, that's also distraction from you. Your friend will. I'll explain why those things are coming up, the negativity. Why it's coming up as well. Don't worry. It will come. I don't know. Not everyone at the same time. Some haven't. We've all got different timelines, you see. People are working through it at their own stages and different timelines, choosing different paths, different things, So I can't speak for everybody. Those that know, that have felt this, that are experiences, they have now... Everyone, we go through different times. Like our awakening is a different time. So those that are already onto this timeline know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're going to be crying and you're like... Why are these, maybe you did healing and clearing and you released your brother, your sister, your cousin, and now it's coming up again. Why is this coming around again? Why? It's only coming around again, not because you didn't do the healing as such, because we need to absolutely, thank them for those lessons and end it. That relationship, that lesson, that contract, that life lesson or those is gone. Completely gone. So the role they played as your mother, your father, your sister is gone. You are a new person. You're a new being. Literally, that being does not exist here now. So that's why we're clearing up our so-called past life, right? Because we're all taking different roads. Not all of us are going to be on the same timeline, the same, as you know, that we're splitting off different Earth, different versions of Earth, different timelines. This is why we got to clean our slate. So we are freeing yourself to move now to whatever at your speed, dimension, shift, timeline you're going to take. And you're freeing them to stay on maybe a lower version, to go off on this timeline or whatever, and you're not maybe going on the same version of Earth. This is why. Some of us are not going and coming back to Earth. Some are going on different... hell, people are here. Some people have dropped in to play like really dense roles. They want to play entrapment to the extreme, and some are going to have actually... Some will actually, however you want to say, graduate Earth school completely. Some won't stay on Earth anymore. They'll do their graduation and leave. Some will go back to the new Earth. There's all kinds of versions. Yeah. So this is why you're going through a big release of all people that played roles, family, teachers, whoever played a big role. Because you all came in here to play parts. Whether you were playing the perpetrator, victim, whatever, and I've made a video, so you can go watch it on YouTube today, and I've gone through how to release them. If you're not sure how to release, forgive, let go, cut the contract, okay, that all the lessons, thank you for the lessons, thank you for all, doesn't matter if it was good or not, they played, they were willing to play the victim for you, or willing to play whatever it was. There we are. You set them, you heal, let them, and you release all contracts. You're releasing them now from that contract. You've got to cut the ties. So you're releasing them from those contracts as lessons. Bye-bye. If you go to my TikTok page, just under the top, your profile picture thing, there's a link tree. There's a little bio under the name there. There's a little link tree. Click on the link tree. It'll open up. It gives you my Facebook and my YouTube. So today I did some on Facebook for some other people on there. They also were like, wow, okay, shit. So, because I'm experiencing, other people were telling me, and I picked it up. I did a few of them. I thought, this is a bit odd. And then I remembered, oh, okay, because I've done it before, I remember. And you're going to feel like there's more coming. Literally, you're going to see huge changes. You're going to feel very different about people, about things, you've made such a shift. like, it's like being reborn. You're going to like, what the hell did I see in them? You're going to be like, because you're not going to resonate with that old you. The things you like, the people you were attracted to, or whatever. It's going to be like, oh, I don't know, and videos you listened to, or people you resonated with, you're not resonating with them anymore whatsoever, because you have shifted so much, you see. So you're going to see big differences in the way you think, feel, and maybe towards other people. Secondly, understand, let's say, for instance, yeah, I'm going to give you an example. So just, it comes up in your life or somebody else's life. I don't know who's going to be watching this. So you now still might have these family members around. This is why people think, but what are you talking about? Because they're still here. Yeah. So what? It doesn't make a difference. You've now, those lessons and whatever you agreed to learn in the old epoch, the old 3D dimensional earth, whatever, is gone, right? You freed them, you freed yourself. So now you are free from that job, those agreements and contracts or roles you agreed to play. You're not bound by them anymore. So you will see your relationship dynamic will change as well, because you're not bound by, okay, I owe you. There's still karma there. There's still, you've released all the old earth, the old karma, the old everything, because you had many lives in the old epoch, lots of karma with the same people. I will have to just now, my friend, you have to ask me later. Me finish explaining this. So many of these are coming through, right? So a lot of this is coming out. Wow. So first of all now, remember, once you've changed something in you, that you're not holding at frequency and vibration. So if they're around in your life, depending on what shift and where they're at, you will see remember, everything's about you anyway. So those frequencies and things are gone, freed. You will see an interesting dynamic between you and those people now. They either just will not be in your life. You're just kind of completely going a different path and you won't really hear from them. It'll just be like, oh yeah, I never hear from them anymore. It's like, whatever. Or they will be different, easier, much lighter. It'll be a better relationship, because now you're both free. On a soul, on a higher level, you're free to, they feel like, oh, okay. Now they can leave now. They've done their job. They don't have to hang around and play this part. They don't have to play the perpetrator anymore, because, they're off the hook now. The game is over. So they can be they don't have to bully you anymore. They don't have to be an arsehole anymore. Whatever it is, whatever roles you are playing, you will find it'll probably be an ease in the dynamics if they're in your life. Could be that they're going to move off to different timelines. I don't know. I really cannot say, because every one of us have got our own journey, our own times. We don't know what lessons or whatever, how they're going to navigate this. So some might leave physically the plane, some might move, different timelines. You might find your relationships a lot better. You're welcome. There's a lot of things. Secondly, because now you move, this is fun. This part came in this afternoon. This is interesting. What you're going to find now, because now you have done the shift, you've moved into a new epoch, new time, new earth, new much higher timeline, right? But in the same body. This is probably why my body was a bit readjusted, because it was kind of worn. So some of us got big upgrades or a whole new body or change to be able to make this. Because remember, normally you would have died and come back in a new body. So mine had been through the ringer. So for mine to make this dimensional shift, I got some help. As you saw in my video on YouTube, I got some help with a new body, a bit of spare parts and, upgrades. So I could go through this shift in, so-called the same body. But I've had some adjustments and spare parts and, new things put in. It was cool. So I got a whole new remake. What do you want to call it? Yeah, it was lovely. It was kind of like going to the garage, yeah. I got, whatever you want to call it. Yes, they're all going through it. Everything is. Those that aren't going to go to the new earth, or that thing, are not going to. That's why the extinction, so-called experience, is happening. Because different species, like any epoch, all these different things on earth, different periods, different times, different epochs, different dimensions, have different animals, different energy, different level of consciousness. So not all species will move with us to the new, when we go to the highest. Depends. Everyone's going on. Some are going on different routes. So some will. I can't speak for everybody. There's many different versions of Earth. There's not one timeline. This is a big difference. There are many other versions of Earth, depending on which versions of Earth people end up on. You see. There we are. But the ones I think I'm talking to are going on the same sort of higher than I am. So pretty much they wouldn't be here. Yeah. Different things for different reasons. Yeah. There's a lot. Same with us, but they're all, it's all consciousness, same thing. They're playing. Nothing's real as such. It's all a Maya. They're playing an animal, playing a this. It's just source playing different parts. There we are. So what you're going to see as well, now you're going to realize your programming, because all that old earth, the old times we were all born into, this earth, this bullshit programming, we were brought up. Our parents are brought up with all this shit that we were taught now is seriously not going to resonate with you. You're going to start dropping it, and you're going to start thinking, like, the way we were told, husbands, this is why it was a disaster, man, this was marketing put out there on the televisions and newspapers, and so the teacher took it on, and the mother took it on, and the daddy took it on, and everybody then, this is the way you be. A man must go and work and support his family. A good man, a man must be a good provider. He must be a daddy donkey. He must bring the bacon home. This is the bullshit. So we were in the old epoch, in the Maya, as we know, in the illusion, programmed. This is happiness. You got to get a job. And I look at us. Oh, we all got Nike. We all got the latest Apple. We were so programmed and how to be, because we weren't our true selves. And now all this programming, this is a really interesting part, is going to start falling away. You're going to be nah. You're going to realize this is bollocks, because now you are embodying the true you. You're not going to resonate with, I need the Mercedes, and I've got to fit in. You see, you were taught to fit in. This is society. You get a job, you go and get a degree, you got to be a doctor. You got to earn the money, and we were always taught to sacrifice. This is I talked about it on Facebook today. Many programming, and I was made very clear. Taught to sacrifice, our parents, go and sacrifice for your country, go to war and fight. This is bullshit program. You were programmed big time. You were told, oh no, it's right, you need to go off and fight for your country, to sacrifice for someone. This is very convenient. Sacrifice your life for us. You see, there we are. Off you go. Go and sacrifice for your wife and children. What happened? Your wife ended up having an affair or left because, why? You were just paying the bills, daddy donkey, like you were told you were meant to. The wife was not happy. She never had a husband. She never had a life. What's the point of being married? He's never there. He's always working. He had an affair. So all of this programming never brought any happiness, as we saw. Broken families, divorces, affairs, children dysfunctional because where's the parent? Go and do this for your children, and we were taught not to listen to our heart. It's good to suck it up, to sacrifice, be a good, do it for your children. We were taught to ignore our heart. So everything we've learnt, right, and we think is happiness and how we should be, is completely taken in from the Maya, other people's projections, perceptions, programming. There's this culture, we all went along, and you all get a good job, and you be a lawyer, be a doctor, be a this, get a Mercedes, have a house on that street, money. What makes you? Look at Wall Street, they're still trying to, terrible. Don't be whoa. Don't go too green, don't go too whoa. Manifest and bucks. You see, the program of being abundant, successful, money. How you look at someone being successful, wow, look at him, he's a billionaire, he's got so many cars and I've got a yacht. That's what we were programmed to think. Happiness, success is having the biggest yacht. Success is having the fancy car, the model wife, the boob tube, the whatever, Botox. You see, now all that programming is going to start being released. It's being released from you. So the illusion is falling away. The Maya, as I said, we are clearing the Maya big time. Different layers of the Maya are falling away, as I said to people. You're going to start dropping all of that. Absolutely all of that. And you are going to just find out what it's like to, it's strange, it's like so weird. It's like you're looking at things, wow, you're happy with this. It's like, as you were saying, you really are learning to discover you're seeing everything from a new perspective. How you feel about things will be different. How you see things are going to be different. That programming, they know, like your children, everyone's got to fit in. I mean, such pressure in that old third dimensional bollocks. It was such pressure. Everyone's going, you see all the kids all wearing the matching, leggings or whatever, tights. These are the joggers. Oh, you're going to have those shoes. Today it's Nike so-and-so. This is massive marketing. Done with psychology and very much known. They know what they're doing, using the brain, neurology and psychology and linguistic programming. They market it using televisions and media. So everybody and the schools and then of course they tell the children and everybody accepts, ooh, this is it. As you see, it's going on again now. The same attempt to steer people into the direction they want people to go. It's going to be a rude awakening. Because they're still thinking in the old epoch. We are going to steer everybody. Right, people, manifest, thrive, be successful, do this, go and earn extra money online, support our business, whatever. People are just, sorry, but that's what I'm saying. This is an they're failing to understand. When they say new earth, new dimension, new everything, it literally is completely. So they were planning and planning for this, the governments and people, from an old earth, old perspective. All right, we are going to plan and manage and steer this. No. This whole thing is so different. People will be guided eternally. So there's no, that is not this one mess, whatever. So this is why, I said last night as well, there's a lot of this about woe and this new age movement, because it is so out there for them. It's something not seen on the planet. So in a three-dimensional planning control space, they were planning for this great awakening, thinking, okay, it's got to be like this, because they you're always trying to compare the past. Okay, it's got to be like the Buddhism. This is what enlightenment looks like. You do this, you listen to that, you behave like that. They're trying to, same thing. This is completely new. Unseen, unknown. This is the problem. They were trying to plan for an unseen, new world, unknown thing using an old history, old teachings, old everything. And, okay, we're going to plan this and we're going to, and now they so now they're seeing, well, people are just going and doing their thing, and now they're trying to do damage control or control this movement. Look at that. They're going too crazy. Look at this new age movement. Look at these they this. They're trying to tame you down, trying to put you back in a box. No. This is how you should behave. This is a spiritual awakening. This is the old teachings. These are the scriptures. This is enlightenment. That's how you meditate. This is how you should be reading cards. This is how you talk to your guides. See, everyone's trying to tell you again. Projection. Where you all unique aspects of source, and you are going to be finding and being driven by your source, and you will be driven. This is why you're on the planet. You are leading this so-called new age woe people that are so different and so out there, because we are. It's so different to anything they've ever seen, because we're not going backwards. We're not going to the old way. We're not going to the old teachings. They were for the old times, old consciousness. We're going to a much higher level, a complete new earth, new paradigm, new consciousness, new limitless abilities. Yeah, it is so whoa, that's why, you see. So you're going to be finding yourself changing a lot changing around you, resonating differently, following things differently, not interested in people you used to listen to whatsoever anymore. They're it's going to be whoa, that's a lower timeline, or that just doesn't resonate. I passed that one. So it depends on how much you're working, you see. But the interesting one is those programs are coming away. How you thought was happiness, what you thought you liked and wanted. Interesting, actually. You're oh no, I'm going to be happy when I have that house. Because this is what we were taught. We will be happy doing when we got to have a nice car. It's not us, it was to please them. And we got to have this house, it's got to be in that sort of area, and that kind of paycheck, and that kind of clothes, and I've got to be able to go to those kind of, that's the yeah, that was very much lower consciousness, sheep, all programmed, no one was pretty much, yeah. Anyway, so that's what's happening, all right? You are basically looking at your past life. So you're going to be treating the time before the shift as a past life. It is a past life. You just transitioned in a physical vessel. So this is why you're going to treat it like you're going to do healing, clearing, releasing of that old timeline, your past life. And you're going to be... It's interesting, this programming shit. Wow, because even me, I was like, oh shit. So much today made so much sense. I mean, I was living it. Was no wonder why we were so unhappy. We were following programs and bullshit programs that we were told and taught and grew up with. This is how, So we were like, but we were never happy. We couldn't understand why we weren't happy. Because it was a lot of bollocks we were chasing, which are never going to bring us real happiness. But we didn't know any better. Because everybody else did. And they've got their house and they had a car and they were happy and they had kids and they're married. And then we wondered why they, but we had all these divorces and suicides and infidelity and kinds of shit going left. The worst of the worst, because we were never following our true selves, our true heart, our true happiness. Always, no. Suck it up for everybody else. Be a martyr. Be a good guy. Put your wife first. Put your kids first. Put your husband first. Do this first. Put your country first. Do da-da-da-da-da-da, you see. Now it's nope. No. You're learning to come back and stand. You're learning to love yourself big time. There we are, big time. Because you are source and you are limitless. You are abundant. It's amazing. Yeah, well, that's us. We were the ones that taking it, Quick fix, you see. The same thing, program. Quick fix. Take a pill and keep working. Yep. We ignored. We didn't understand. Also, as I'm saying, the old teachings they're trying to tell you now. Ignore the mind. Ignore your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. It's nonsense. That's why it didn't work. That's an old time. Our thoughts are there for a reason. They are messengers. We weren't supposed to ignore them. That's why we didn't graduate Earth School. We're not supposed to ignore them. Same with our feelings. They were just messengers for us. It's your belief system. If you believe you can you see, this is you've obviously just starting off on this fun part. If you believe you're being targeted, those negative entities are what they do is appear as entities, as things. Some of them, it's greed, jealousy, anger, fear, lust, all these kind of things. It's a level of consciousness you're at, and when you down there like me, you can go watch my videos on YouTube when I started off fighting the demonic realms, fighting the bad ETs, fighting and protecting and doing this and doing that and all these things and clearing and wearing this crystal, whatever else, and that can do that and send energy. You believe anyone can psychically attack you. This is also nonsense being put out there. No, nothing can. But as long as we believe anything can attack us and do it, they're playing a role. It's your higher self saying, okay, let's see how long you want to play. You are God. You are creating this. So you're like trying to say, all right, you want to play, you want to play helpless? We'll play that one. Let's see till you get tired of playing silly boy and being helpless. And then you're going to be like, oh, all right, okay, nothing has power over me. And then watch, poof, it's gone. It's because you've got beliefs and you're resonating. So anything can only come in your experience if you've got beliefs and fears and you're holding the same frequencies. You attract what you are having in you. Fear, anger, bad guys, us, them nonsense. That's also an illusion. You see? You let go of judgment. You let go of all these things and nothing has got power over you. You give it power by saying, oh shit, you can do that to me. So of course they're going to be, hey, let's have some fun. He wants to, let's go and mess with him a bit. And they'll play with you big time. Oh, did I have fun? Shit. Because if you believe anything can do this to me, you can be possessed, you can be that, it shall bloody be, because you are that powerful. Whatever you say, you believe, is given to you. But you don't realize it. You are giving it to you. You can choose good or you can choose, hey, because there's no judgment. You get you get whatever you want because you are the creator. You're part of source. So there we are. Nothing and no one has power over you. Most powerful thing to drum into that. And once you get it, you're like, aha, you start laughing. I shared my aha moment. That's what I'm saying. It's your consciousness. You're not getting this. If you are holding, this one's got it for me, it's negative thoughts. They can do it for me. They don't like it's you. Everything is about you. Fix you. Do your healing. Do your releasing. If you want to see people that can mess with me, the world's horrible, that's what you will experience. Okay. Go to my YouTube channel. The bottom videos are my earlier videos. That you will understand and resonate with, fighting all these negative things and the whole thing, because it's working your way up. So you got to start there, and it's guided through very easily through that one. Okay, it explains that. You got to work your way through it. All right, till you clear up your stuff, you put your protection, call the angels, do your thing. You know what I mean? But what you focus on and think, and what you send out, you attract. If you send out hate, I want to fight. Oh, I'm good, they're bad, whatever. You will, as long as you say that, they'll send you people to fight with. You can fight away all you want till eternity if you want to play. You see, when you get tired of fighting anybody, then it'll just go away. Simple as that. Yeah, it's fair, exactly, all fair. I know, but listen. You got to work through your shit, like all of us. Work through our darkness. We work through all of that. The bad, the good guys, the negative ETs, the things that bump in the dark, the attacks, all that shit we all had to go through. Wow, did we only go through it? Especially when you're following and watching all that shit. Because what you don't understand is all that fear. They all relate to feelings. The Tibetan Book of the Dead is a good guide to tell you what they actually represent. They just manifest as things. Lust, greed, anger, hate, divide, blame, this, that. It's dense energy in you, actually. If you want to see the world as shit, it will carry on being shit. You will have a shit experience because everyone's got it out for me. Then you're going to come across everybody that's going to have it out for you. But if you turn around and say, everybody I meet and interact with are lovely, are kind, are friendly, are helpful, and they will be. Reprogram. Your subconscious program, that's where all your fears, your energies, your frequencies, everything is held, your beliefs, is what's transmitting. And that's what you are drawing to you. So if you don't realize all the shit that you're holding in you, you're going to just end up having experience. What the hell? Why me? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Because you don't understand. It's you. You clear it from you, you will not experience any of it. So 4 years, my friend. There's no quick, easy road out of here. 4 years I've been doing this healing, clearing journey. Straight. 4 years straight. Different levels of healing. You start with the lowest base chakra, and you're doing all those nasties. The bump in the dark. You start with the bump in the dark, the demonic, the possessions, the attacks. Then I bought in, of course, you get rid of that. Then you buy into this, the negative ET psyop out there. And then, oh my gosh, these negative ETs out to get us. And then you're looking for them to fight them. You see, it's always the good us, them, good, bad. You don't realize all sorts. You fighting you anyway. So we go through that one, and then you do that, and you've got to work your way up. You got to do the work. 4 years non-stop I've been doing this. Wow, a lot of work. Meditate every day. Ask for the healing, ask for the clearing, ask for wisdom, ask for discernment, ask for clarity. Very important things to ask for. Raise your frequency vibration, because then you are not in resonance with them. But if you fear something and believe it, well, you are transmitting that. I fear that. I believe you can attack me, and they're going to keep coming. Okay, until you get so tired of it. See? Nope. No ways. You obviously haven't been paying attention or learning. If you're still looking for there's no bad guys. You. There isn't any. No. Lots to. If you're looking outside, you haven't learned. There's no good, bad there. Any problems you have, it's always you. It's always you. You are blocking yourself. You are fearing. You've got the negative perception. You've got the belief. You've got this. And you clear those things, bang, and they're gone. See? Whatever you believe, because you are a creator, and especially in this new epoch, And any negative shit you're going to have that you're experiencing is being amplified, as I explained in my YouTube today. So your negative views, all negative patterns, behaviors, old ways of being that don't serve you are going to be highlighted, amplified. So where you've got negative thoughts, man, they're going to be ramped up like that. Everyone's out to get me. It's going to get worse, 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 trying to show you, listen, are you going to let go of this bullshit story now? Do you want to change that story? And you see, it's a choice. We choose. Change your belief. Choose. No, actually, I can choose, because people don't realize they're creating it. I can choose. Wow, what kind of world do you want to see? Kind, friendly, helpful, collaborative people. Send that out. Hold that belief and thought. This is what I'm creating, and manifest and program it into the subconscious. And guess what? You will go out to the shop and you'll have people opening the door and offering to carry your luggage for you and hello and so friendly. And you're going to be like, wow, why? Because that's what you're holding. I've done it. I've practiced. I've done a lot of often tests. I do tests. I go out and this is interesting and see it works. Law of attraction. If anything is negative in your life, it's because you are resonant frequency to it. If you don't want it there, look at, whoa, what negative belief or story have I got that it's a story. You can choose anything. Don't choose a bad story. We just didn't realize we were actually creating everything, manifesting it. See, it manifests. There we are. So at the moment, you're going to see life is going to look very different for you, those that have done this shift, okay? We're doing shifts, we're doing shifts, we're doing shifts. Very interesting. And all those programs from the old world are going to be like not actually resonating with you one bit. It's going to be like, nah. Yeah, nothing. Very interesting. But understand that life before you did this shift now is a past life now, literally. You might as well see it as the same as a past life. It might like, you didn't notice a time jump if you weren't aware. You have died and come back, kind of. There we are. So what that old world, that yesterday, that is a complete different planet, world, energy thing is gone. Those family members, they still might be in physical form, are not your family as such anymore. They won't have that same, you're setting them free from whatever roles they agreed to play. Because now we've got to choose our own paths, you see. Even though they're in the same body, we're going to choose, maybe they want to go here, they want to go there, whatever. It's quite difficult. It's letting go of your loved ones completely. Because we think, we're this body, they are family. They are, but they're not a physical family. We know when you tap into the higher selves, that's the soul aspect. Everyone's playing a role for you. Everybody, even the arsehole, is playing a role for you. And we've got to thank them. If you say arsehole, we've got to thank them because they came in to play arsehole. That's not a nice role to play, huh? It's a difficult role to play because you needed a wake up. So they had to play an arsehole. So you'd be like, oh no, I'm so sick of being, this shit in my life. I don't want any more shit. I'm tired of suffering. So because like me, you didn't get it. I mean, hell, I didn't get it. Boy, I needed many arseholes. Sorry. Literally. Oh, I laugh now at what I went through. Oh my, not funny actually, but you can laugh now because you understand it, but you think, jeez, I mean, literally manifested myself off the planet more than once, but anyway. Wow, massive trauma. Yeah, wow. So this is why my body had a bit of a help to make this shift, because otherwise, the vessel, the energy in the vessel, the organs I had now last week or so would not have made it. Wouldn't have survived the new energy because, they had taken so much. Yes. And I'm not young either. So they needed a garage, a little few change parts here and a bit of upgrade so I could move it into the new, And I'm freaking loving it, let me tell you. I'm loving it. How many times do you get to be reborn in the same body? Okay. I don't know how many me, I've had more than one. This is your first one. To some people, this is the first time. So you're going to see huge changes in your life around you, to the people, to the things, to the music, to what you thought you listened to, you liked, you believed in, your teachers, maybe you even everything. Because it's like being a whole new being. See? So you are going to see, you're going to start seeing and feeling different about everything. Outside, inside the mind, people, what you like, maybe music taste, everything. Because literally you are anew. Those that have done this shift now jump. Those that haven't, well, they'll get there. That are still coming up, We're all in different times and trajectories. So there we are. It's going to be an interesting one for the poor governments to navigate. Oh my goodness. They are still like going by the past. Okay, they're planning us because this is, I'm saying, a lower consciousness. So they had got this whole thing expecting, okay, it's going to be a shift. We're going to have a shift in consciousness. What is it going to look like? They've gamed this, the military. I mean, this is why they're out there with this. The military have gamed this and trying to plan and got this whole thing going. And this is why this whole, encouragement and trying to change your behavior, your eating habits. And we've got Gaia TV and all these things now, right? Trying to sort of coach you through this. But what they're doing, what they didn't realize, when we say new earth, everyone got that, but because we could not perceive it, it hasn't been before, nor had that level of consciousness. So everybody was looking to the past. Okay, our ancestors had that level of consciousness, and they did this, so this must be where we're going. No, wrong. Our history, this is what happened. We had a flood here and a this there, so this is going to repeat. We must get ready because we are going to have probably this and that. We experienced that in the old earth, old epoch, when we fell. We basically had a really bad transition, a shift in dimensions, a dimensional drop. See, going into a heavy energy, it was not pleasant. And Atlantis completely annihilated themselves. We had some big shit on the planet. All right? This is going up. Now, why would you, as source, all of you, make up this agreement? Oh, let's go and play. We're all going to ascend in our bodies with Earth and wipe ourselves out. You'd be like, no, we can think of a better game. You are going up. You don't want to add trauma. You are going down. That whole let's destroy the planet epoch and wipe ourselves out and delusions and things was a drop in consciousness, density trauma. Right. Now, you're source, and you are, all of you are source. On the other side, we are planning this whole thing as it happens. We know there's no time. It's already there, right? So let's experience an entire shift with the planet in the body in consciousness without dying. We are going through a dimensional shift in physical bodies, so-called, with a physical planet, right? Now, all of you, we're all on the other side. Yeah, let's plan this. And we want to do that. This is why we're all being guided by the same source. Same thing. All your higher selves are one mind, one source, one consciousness. Why would you game plan this beautiful shift in bodies only to annihilate yourselves off the planet? What would that do? Bring down the frequency vibration and all implant you with lots of trauma, which you're supposed to be releasing. The only reason why people are still expecting a huge and a nasty shift, because why? They're digging in the old epoch. Ooh, the old world. It happened. No, that's a different world, different energy, different consciousness. It's like saying, we on Jupiter, on Mars, this happened. On Mars, we did that. On Mars, so this is going to happen because it happened in Mars in 2000, so it's going to happen now. No, we're not on Mars now, are we? We're on Earth. So this is why our leaders or scientists or also teachers and things are getting a bit, other people that are put out there, more official people, to try, and they're very much getting in this movement now, the spiritual movement, and there's channels and everybody's jumping on coaching and training and da. But because why? They have dug into the old fucking Earth. They've gone into history to see what's going to happen. And no. We are going up. This is why they're like, no, you people are on the wrong track. You you're too green, you're too woke, you're too, no, you got to be this way. It's old Earth, you see. Because they like, it doesn't go in with their, this is what we got. We've got this idea of where we're going and the plan. None of us, no. But it's not going that way. No, you people are getting too extreme now. Don't go off and go and live off the grid. You still got to work. We still got to keep the economy going and shop. Go thrive. Manifest abundance. Sorry, but I'm laughing at this thinking, how the hell did we even expect to anticipate the unknown? We're going into the unknown. This is what's making it fun. Why would we be doing this if we all knew what was coming? It would be no fun. We agreed to do this, and so we would experience it. Wow, this is so freaking cool. We're going through the shift. It is, those of us that are going through the shift consciously, I tell you what, it's the ride of our lifetime. This is the best roller coaster ride you've ever been on. It's freaking awesome. Why? Because you are veiled. Because we don't know it's coming as we're going. Okay, then it's, yeah, okay. Because I'm playing a guide to help guide humanity through the shift. So I get a bit of a heads up. So I go a bit ahead of everybody else, like now, so I can tell you guys, by the way, next week maybe you're going to be crying a lot and saying goodbye to your family. Don't be surprised. So I'm a little bit ahead of you, only because this is my role I'm playing as a guide to guide humanity through this. So there's not, oh my gosh, we're doomed, bullshit, and fear, to let you know, no. We did not come here to plan navigating a shift, so we're going to have massive tsunamis and comets hitting us and this, because in the ice we've dug up this. Yes, because we fucking sunk. And we went into a low dimensional. Now we're going up. Higher consciousness, higher energies, higher, limitless. Our ancestors are nowhere near, even now, they're on a lower consciousness that you're sitting at. And where you're going is way past your ancestors. All right. So this is where they're getting stuck now. They're trying to sort of control and kind of manage this whole awakening. Because could you, like I said my last night lab, I'll upload it, shame. So could you imagine to them, it's like, okay, no. And they're trying to, this is their job. Because they're like, okay, well, they don't, can you imagine trying to be now, you're a general, you're in the government, you're the leaders. You've now got to try and like, this is what they think. They're still in the old consciousness. You've got to plan and manage society so it doesn't all fall apart. Keep things from going, chaos and going to shit. So they're trying to game it and be a step ahead and plan and trying to control what they look as like, this is what the fuck's going on. This is chaos. We're trying to keep some kind of control to keep the system so the whole system doesn't collapse. Not understanding that's the opposite. If you all just step back and relax and actually let people, encourage them to be guided, they will be guided. Not in a negative way. We're not going in a lower consciousness. It would just automatically go perfectly. Everybody will do exactly what they need to do. Be like a puzzle, and it will just flow smoothly. When you're trying to get in there and fear and control and manipulate or whatever, suppress, that's from fear. And where they're not understanding it is because it's so out there, it's so different, it's so new, it's so like, no, just like, it's a bit too much for us. Don't get too whoa, don't get too extreme. What the hell are you people, Star? What, this and that planet, and who are you? Because when people have dropped into play here, in the old epoch as well, we had many different beings. They're not remembering, but also it's soul families. So there are many different planets, and many people are remembering different aspects. So you'll see they're all either unicorns or dragons or this and that. It's soul groups, and they've hit certain past lives of frequencies, and they're kind of not forgetting that no, you're not a thing. You're actually a source. That's one life. You've had many lives. You are all of them. So, but it's fun. But I'm saying they're all playing different roles, different games. So you've got these groups that are all, Starseed, and they're all like. So can you imagine some guy sitting in Pentagon thinking, what the fuck was up with these kids? They've lost it. They're going a bit crazy. These people are. They're just looking at these. Oh, they are this, and they're talking strange light languages, and they're from this planet. These kids have lost the plot. No, they. Spiritual psychosis, because the Buddhists say, this is what you do when you reach enlightenment. You get this. Why they're behaving? They're not behaving like they're supposed to behave. You see, if you're comparing all teachings, you are seeing Buddhism. This is enlightenment. This is what's going to happen. You are going to expect, but it's not fitting in the box. Why are these people now speaking weird languages and thinking they're from other planets and they've got spiritual psychosis? They all lost the plot. But no, this is how you do it. Calm down now. You sit here and you meditate and you do your mantra and you ignore the thoughts. No. That's an old epoch. That doesn't work. We're not playing that game anymore. It's actually a lower consciousness. We didn't understand the rules. This is not the new game. So But understand now from government people and all these military people that are on these platforms watching all this, they're thinking, oh my fuck, these kids are losing it. And, what's going to happen? They don't want to work. They're all off and they want to play jungle and they want to like chat with these ETs. What ETs are we, national threat, Because just understand from them, especially if they're not at the same level of consciousness as you. When you first wake up, like all of us, if they are tapped in, yes, they can do the psychic thing, but if they haven't done their real baggage and cleaning, let me tell you, they're sitting here. And then they're still resonating with, especially if you're trained like that, looking for the bad guy. What are you looking for? Threats? Of course. What are they going to be on the same level as the other people seeing the negative ETs? So, oh my gosh, we've got negative ETs. They, at that level of consciousness and vibration, they're drawing and they will look because they're looking for threat. That's their job. So, negative ETs, bad ETs, what? These people are trying to, oh my God. So can you, I have absolute sympathy for them. I would not want to be in their pants or their job ever right now. What a shit time to be in the military or to be a leader or to be, because or when you're looking out from a control or lower level of consciousness or whatever, I mean, you must be. This is why, understand, if you see more control, more things trying to suppress, it's from fear. It's from a lower level consciousness because they like, this looks like it's getting out of hand here. What the hell's going on? These people, this is why. It's fear. Okay. I feel sorry for them. I can only imagine, because when I was at that level of consciousness, especially when they're fighting the ET bullshit, because exactly, the good bad guys were there, looking for the threat all the time. I had lots of healing to do. So, they will be resonating with all those people. Oh, yeah, these bad. And, they're planning for a planetary invasion. And who are they talking to? What ETs are they trying to, are they working for? Have they got ETs running around? You've got people, especially on the lower consciousness, shitting themselves, expecting we've been invaded and there's shapeshifters walk. Exactly. When you're on that low level like me, you're really like, they're going to take over the planet. What are they doing? And I would, honestly, so please have understanding and sympathy for the leadership. When you see them, some of them, depending on where you're at as well, what you're resonating with, clamping down, if you haven't done your healing of governments as well, and clearing all that shit, because they are going, it's fear. Any attempt at control, manipulation, like they're trying to do, they're trying to socially engineer you, your choices, your behavior, your taste, and like how they want to get the world. Go online and don't work normally now. They're just trying to socially engineer. Everybody's out there trying. But you can see it if you tapped in, and you'll still have love and sympathy for them. You can see who's doing it from the heart and who is like, they're out there and it's more official. Are we doing this? But you can see there's no love. Is that light emanating from them? Are their eyes sparkling? Are they in their heart? No. But please understand that everyone's playing a role here. And they're all doing what they're meant to be doing. Everything's perfect because they are at that level of consciousness. So they are addressing those people. There's people at all levels here. We haven't split completely all the timelines. You see? So they are doing their best with their level of consciousness and knowing. Have empathy and understanding. Do not get angry and judge them. Understand they don't know who they are. As they wouldn't have any fear. And you are now from an old world trying to run a government where this whole new epoch is completely nothing like that. There ain't no leadership. This is why the Hopi said the rainbow people will come and lead from the ground, and is exactly what's going on, because there's not a fixed structure. You are all going to be eternally guided by the one consciousness source. You're welcome. So I would not. I'm so freaking glad I haven't got that job now. I'm not like, there's many of them. All these militaries have massive rooms. They've been for years. People didn't realize. They're on all these social media platforms and they monitor social media, everything. They monitor people. They follow, they watch. Could you just imagine being in that job now? And your boss is coming down. You've got some boss that's, very control, domineering, staying there, has not maybe done all his shadow work. Same thing, and because you're also you're getting advice from what? People who are still stuck in the old epoch. No, there's only Buddhism, or there's only this. This is how the level. How do you know? Because it's the only levels of consciousness ever reached on the planet. So how can you foresee what's coming? So what they're doing is looking to the past all the time. That's not happening. We're not going back. We're going up. Freaking awesome. We're going to be levitating. We're going to be, like I said, limitless. Funny enough, I'm so glad Crown said the other day, regrowing limbs. I know. There is no limitation. Why? Because these whoa-whoa light workers, this whoa-whoa movement, the spiritual, whatever, crazy people, crazy whatever, you guys are going to be the ones showing them there are no limits. You're going to be growing your own limbs, regrowing limbs that are broken. You're going to be healing yourselves. You're going to be doing things that are, for them, like, wow, miracles. Why? Because if you didn't do it, it would never be achieved. Because if you've got a level like this where you believe you're limited and you're in a box, you can't do it. This is why the new epoch, the new world is led from these light workers, starseed, spiritual people, coming in with a higher consciousness. But for them, it's like, what the hell? These people are way out there. If they were not, because they're limitless, they've been guided to guide that humanity. Look what's possible. Get out of your box. But in a box, and your boss is telling you, no, get these people to, like, whoa, let's, can you imagine them? So please, people, don't ever judge any other soul. They are playing a role. And as you know, same with you and your family and your immediate life and your little world, right? You've each got your own world, your own planet, your own earth. You are playing this role and lessons for yourself and other people. So don't even begin to step into their world, their own little universe, because their universe, you couldn't understand why they're doing that. They're looking at you and thinking, fuck, these people are like completely lost at psychotic. We've got spiritual psychosis going on here. We're going to have to medicate them. You're going to be saving the planet. Getting him there, lifting it out of the shit. You, by holding that higher level of consciousness, not seen on this planet, you're exceeding the old so-called enlightened, Buddhism sort of. You're exceeding that. Your frequencies and vibrations, we're exceeding that. Why? That's how you're lifting up. Because by you holding that higher level, once you've, like people say, broke the world record, everybody starts breaking the world record. You guys are going to be breaking these records and breaking these boundaries and breaking these limitations and fears. You see, I really like Joe's showing, but that's beginning stages. Limitless. So no, don't look. If you're expecting any disasters, you haven't done your healing and clearing from the Atlantis, from the old epoch, from when Lemuria sunk. You need to do that. Okay, from your war on this planet or whatever. Release, clear any expectations of any disasters, delusions, destructions of the planet yourself, governments bad, leaders bad. Remember, how can you shift into the new earth if you haven't released those things? The new earth, as people say, the higher dimension, doesn't have polarity, bad government, bad this, does it? No, right. So those that are going to take a longer time to get there, if you are still, we know it's there. This is a Maya you're focusing on. You create. That's the old world. That's somebody else's Maya. You are creating. You want to be resonance with the new earth? Get in frequency match to it. It means drop your, the government's bad. Oh, this is bad. Oh, that's this corrupt. Like me. Lots of those. And where you haven't cleared them, they're bothering me at the moment. Those thoughts are going to be... So anything that you need to look at or you haven't fixed, bad habits, programs, beliefs, fears, bollocks, that's doesn't serve you, guess what? Source is putting the magnifier on it. And it's going to be amped up. So if you think you're having fun now, your thoughts and your shit, your fears are going to get zapped up for you to like, are you going to, you're over that now? It's not fun. And I'm doing it. And you're going to be, it's going to be like, wow. It's going to feel like you're going crazy. Like it's going to get so bad until you're like, fuck that, I've had enough of this shit. Why? Because you've got to claim your power back. Stand up. You see, who you are. Don't buckle. It's fun. I mean, those of us that have been on this journey, you face some really tough challenges. Tough, because remember, we didn't make this an easy game. We didn't make it easy. You're testing yourself. Okay, let's just see if you've done your healing there. Let's just send someone to push, see if you... Okay, no, ooh, the buttons didn't get pushed. Okay, you finished that lesson. That lesson will never come up again. Let's see. So if you don't, like me, I'm having fun at the moment. I'm like, okay, I need to discipline myself because this is like, I'm like over it. I'm like, okay. Because now you built up that pattern. Now you got to break that pattern. Discipline. So now it takes time again to, as I say, reprogram that. So don't just think, oh, I say that like, and it's going to be gone. Nope. Stick at it. You might have to 2 weeks, you're going to be like fighting it, or like stick at it. No, stop it, block it. Thank you. Change that thought, right? Play another song. So you're going to be conscious of your thoughts, and you're going to have to stop them. Every time it's, oh no, we're not going down that road, bugger off. And you're going to have to stop it. You see? You've got to come to the party. It's not easy party all the time, let me tell you. Yeah, I know that. Listen, when it gets bad enough, you'll get disciplined. You're going to get motivated because you're like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. It's like, wow. It gets amped so badly that you're like, oh, that's enough now, you know. I can't take any more of it. Yeah, no, it's not fun. So welcome to the roller coaster. What a ride it's been. I'm like, I was crying all day. My eyes are still, I don't know, you can't see. My eyelids are still swollen. I'm still in my pajamas. I got out of bed and I had sort of one meal and I got back in bed. Just so drained because I had a big release. Huge. Lots of sadness, hurt, guilt, shame, regret. Wow. Huge. I was carrying a lot of stuff. Wow. A lot. Wow, I didn't realize. Same thing, because what you think, in that consciousness, you thought you were doing what was right, because that's how you were taught. Meanwhile, you just left destruction behind you everywhere you turned, and you've left, and your heart's broken. You've caused damage to everyone around you. Because why? Because you were running a program that you were told. You were never happy, but you just suck it up because you're being a good this or good parent. So you just, and the results were not positive because we were taught not to listen to our heart, not to follow it, to listen to everybody else. Now, don't listen to anybody, even me. If you're not ready, go within. Go within, go within, go within, go within. Ask any question. The more you want help, be specific. Ask for that help in detail. Ask for that release in detail before you go to sleep. Ask to show me what I need to heal and release. Ask. It will be given. Okay. Fun. So there we are. Don't be ugly. Be understanding. And if you've done this anyway, you won't even be resonating. I don't even know what's going on. I don't follow any of it. I haven't a clue. They could actually have a whole new government, new flag, new country, and I'd be like, oh, really? I'd get to the boredom, like, oh, what happened? When did we change? I wouldn't know. Because you now know that's a Maya. We are creating our reality. The old illusion was you paid attention to the external, the Maya, the illusion, thought, and that the world was there and you just had to find your way in it. And okay, I've got to find a job, I've got to fit in. No. You manifest and create all of it. So this is why it's interesting out there, depending on what level you're at. It's because we're all co-creating and we're all like throwing our ideas out there. It's a vomit box, projecting. So for everybody to see, okay, for the collective, the soul groups to decide, because there's a few routes, which roads they're going to take. Some are going to, as we know, take the automotive. They want to experience, different version of powerless, being powerless, because you're source, you want to be experience opposite. Some are going to go off and play more, let's not anyway. It's up with, there's many versions of Earth. You will go, as you go up, you'll be guided. Okay, what resonates with you? Because you are unique. You have different soul aspects and things, and that's why you're also drawn. You'll see. So you're going to have different roles, play out different things, choose different timelines, and that's good. Remember, you're all back there, all one. And you're all going to meet back up there, and you're going to be all, hey, yeah, wow, that was cool. So even if close ones to you that you love, you think they're choosing a lower timeline. No. Remember who they are. They are source. You've got to think serious, powerful, kick-ass souls to choose to play that kind of level of imprisonment or that kind of level of entrapment. Playing I'm trapped sort of thing, hope, whatever, for I don't know how long. That's quite something, hey? Wow. You've got to give them credit to that. It's quite ballsy, I think, if you want to go and play that kind of... And some people, yeah, you think they're unconscious. They don't know what they're doing. They think they die and there's only one life. Yeah, they'll be unconscious to this. Now, as I remember, how things work in the Matrix or the Maya, you are source, you like the gamer. And me, I'm the game, I'm the little guy in the game. I'm the guy running around. I've got the controls as source. So that person you think is the victim or doesn't know what's happening, source is steering his man. He saw this whole plan, has chosen that timeline. You just think, oh, no, that's not a cool timeline. Oh, we don't go there. Oh, you mad. Blah, 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 blah. No. Source knows, source has chosen it. Honor and respect that. Okay. No one is. Okay, there's lessons, and you will be also, remember, you are veiled until you learn a lesson because you're eternal. You will not see the trap or the problem unless you're purposely seeking and asking for the higher perception or perspective. You are going to walk smack into it and keep bumping your head, and because you need to learn the lesson. So when the lesson pops up, you are veiled in order for you to see, okay, let's see, have you learned? If you're still blaming others, everything's a reflection. That's all. They're just playing a role for you. That's all. So there's a reason why everything happens and everybody is doing what they are doing. They're all learning their own lessons and they're all their own karma, whatever it is, So I wouldn't even begin to. I don't want to judge anyone. Of course, absolutely. I wouldn't even begin to judge someone because you don't know what role they're playing, what karma they're working out, what lessons they've got, what, Remember, everybody's playing a role for somebody, and that's it. Judge not, and don't deny anybody their choice either. No one's a victim here. Nobody. Because how can you be when you're source? It's impossible. You're all source. There we are. I know. You chose this. So maybe you'll go around another round because you didn't get it this one. You didn't get this one, You'll come round again. All right. I mean, look at me. I mean, hello. All right, sweetie. All right, peoples. I'm going to love and leave you now. So there's an idea. Okay, so if you understand now what's happening, those of you who made this timeline shift, you understand what's happened to you, okay? So basically, that version of you is like a past life. You're going to be clearing and releasing your past life, your past family members from their roles and everything. And you're going to be looking at the earth and people like very differently. I don't even resonate, as I say. I don't resonate. I don't watch. I wouldn't even think about opening a video, some of these things. It doesn't resonate with me at all. So that version of Earth can be wiped out. That's why we're jumping timelines. There are many versions of Earth. Some don't end. Some do end in destruction and all kinds of nasty things because there are those that still so believe that. And they're expecting it. Oh, no, we're going to be all annihilated. They have chosen that timeline and they haven't learned from the last one because they think, oh, well, it just happens. They haven't realized they are source because they're so stuck to the old belief or the old teachings or the old scriptures or the old something. They haven't learned. So they will experience those. You won't, though. So there will be timelines. So this is why we're spitting and jumping that have gone off and boom, that Earth is no longer here. But you're not going to be on them. You choose which timeline you want. If you still want to take on the belief, oh, we're going to be annihilated, we're going to be suffering, we're going to be wiped off, there's going to be mess, suffering, death, loss, this, that, because it was in the past. And there we are. You, as source, have chosen that as your reality, your truth, your experience. Off you go. All right. There we are. Love you guys. Hang in there. Ask for the guidance, do the healing, do the clearing, do the work. I'm also tired. I says, yeah, I can also sometimes, okay, yeah, right, yeah. I know I shouldn't, but tomorrow. Today I've been, and new energies are coming in again today. My body's being zzz, this afternoon. I'm like, last night again. So we're having, it's a slow increase here. Have you noticed, Amy? So even though I'm sitting talking to you, my legs are being vibrated. But it's not It's like a nice, gentle one, like yesterday as well. So the last couple of times we've had an increase. They're allowing the energy to come in smoothly now. It's a smoother transition, maybe because we're on a higher timeline again. You see, so less any big people are expecting. If you're sitting there expecting, oh my gosh, big CME, this is going to happen, disaster, you're not picking a good timeline. Clear your shit. Stop listening to everyone else's projections. That's their fear. Oh, okay, big thing's going to hit us. We're going to have a solar blah, 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 blah. It's because you experienced it before. Do you hear it? Anything you resonate with that's not nice, you got a frequency match. So if you're listening to a story and you think, oh no, do I actually want to die like that? No. Then why are you choosing it? That's as simple as that. You must understand it's a choice. I did. Hard work, okay. All right. So yeah, some might expect, I don't know. I mean, that's just, but that's not for you. That's their choice, okay. So anyway, we're being buzzed again. I noticed it. And I'm like, last night I didn't sleep. It wasn't hectic. I didn't stay awake, but it wasn't easy to go sleep. And again tonight, I felt this afternoon the energy is coming in again, and I could feel my body's going zzz. It's nice, not high, not very high. So we're getting increased, but slowly. All right. It's going to be an interesting year. Wow. Very interesting. Already there's some change, a lot of changes happening. You're going to have big changes in your life. Big shift this was. Yeah. Yeah, you will be because you're tired. It's a big shift. So exactly. And remember, you're doing a big purging healing cycle. I mean, today, the last 3 days, I released my brother, my father. I released my sister, big trauma and stuff there. Wow, there was some stuff I didn't even know came up out of nowhere, hit me sideways. Like, where did that come from? Today, wow, I woke up this morning, sort of a little bit of a dream coming up. They gently trying to, because this was a hard one. They knew it was going to be a difficult one for me. So they don't give you something until you're ready to heal from it. So the real shit stuff comes when you're much higher up and you're ready to handle the real painful stuff. So today, some of that was let go. So did I cry? Wow. And then after that, that's why I'm still in bed. I'm so exhausted. I cried plenty. And I was like, okay, now love yourself to let it go. You don't need to, just release yourself. Why? You don't need to punish yourself or anybody else. You understood that's a lesson. You understand who they are, not what you don't look at the physical body and that's them. No, there. Wow. Thank them so much for playing that role for you. Wow. That's a lot of love. Source, because we love each other. We source. It's all you. They just you in different costumes. No, well. But it's still very painful. I had lots of crying today. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so there we are. I've sat for a little bit as well, trying to let the healing light in to heal, because it felt very sore and raw, the body. I mean, there was so much energy held in these organs and body and cells. So much, wow, I hung on to so much stuff. Oh my goodness. A lot of density. Ooh. I can understand why, this sister, I can really see. I suppressed so much crying and so much sadness and so much grief for so long. I used to hold my tears in, suck it up, buttercup, you do there, exactly, sacrifice for everybody else. Yeah. Oh dear, I did that one very well. And at the end of the day, I look back and the destruction it caused me and everybody else, I'm like, oh my hell. That was all bullshit programming from the Maya, the illusion. The teachers, parents, family, because they had it. We're just in a different consciousness. It was the game we were playing, Anyway, thank goodness that's all going. Oh, that bullshit's going. Oh, my goodness me. But understand, okay? Do not sit and get angry. If you do, you haven't done your work. Do your healing and clearing on your governments then, on your leadership then. Because this is why we're not going to have much in the future. There's more leaders, as you see. This is why when you channel higher being, Council of 8, because when you're in a higher consciousness, you don't need to be told what to do. You automatically love and connected. You wouldn't harm, you know what I mean? You behave because you're just in a higher consciousness. You don't need guidance. You don't need punishment. You don't need rules. That's fear. They're only trying to control from fear. All that comes from fear. All right. It's not you. How you react, you've got to worry about. It's their karma, their timeline. You won't even be on the same timeline. You're going to shift right out of those people's timeline. They're going to be on that version of Earth that's going to be like, oh, shit, boom, or something. You know what I mean? Depending what they're resonating with, depending on what they wake. I don't know how they're waking up. Doesn't matter. You might even leave before them. Ooh, yeah, what be your problem? But don't judge, don't hate, don't be angry. Okay. Try and be helpful. The whole thing is we are actually here to help people through this, to navigate this with the least suffering, to uplift people. All right, not to throw stones and react. If we do, it's just us. All right. Love, understanding, kindness. Understand they are just like you. They are humans. They're playing a role. I'm a president. I'm a prime minister. I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a whatever. What a shit job. Those are, you got to, really, I mean, would you have chosen that role in this life? No, thank you. I'm glad I went through all my shit first. Now I think, gee whiz, I'm glad I decided to do all the karma in one shot. Wow. But then also understand why the body and the thing didn't work so well. Because now, guess what? I'm on the roller coaster and I don't have to do that. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. Yeah, I know, it is. The energies are nice. They're light. This is what I'm saying. So we're going up like this. It's gently. This is a gentle clearing and purging. Okay. It is gentle. It's just you. I just had lots of stuff to let go. So much hurt and so much, oh wow, did I sob my heart out. There was a lot I had to release. I'd hung on to. You know, and understand, same with them. Everybody's doing what they think is best. The level. I thought I was doing what was best. With the program and belief and consciousness I had. Everybody is only doing that. Okay. Everybody. So understand whoever they are, that's the density, trauma, healing and things, they are veiled to their own lessons and they're only responding and seeing the world, perceiving it from their level of consciousness. And if it's a low one, they'll be angry, there'll be fear, there'll be this, okay. Please have love and compassion for them. Remember, what you send out comes back to you. So understand, those that are sending more anger, only is going to come back to them. Everything now is also getting amplified. So you don't want any more negative energies and anger. It'll just get amplified. So in the old days, everything was slower. So if you got angry, it'd be like, now it's going to be like everything's getting ramped up. So ramp up the good. You don't want any bad. Ramped up, you see. It's like on steroids. Everything is, your emotions and your energy are they're on steroids. You see. So keep them good. And just be understanding. I mean, look at me. Could you imagine now? I mean, I'm mortified by the damage I caused and the hurt and the suffering I caused because I came in with so much trauma and I had so much trauma and all these. I was a frequency match with all these things. I mean, I was a walking disaster. So everything I bumped into, what was I going to attract? This shit, big time. I was a shit magnet. It's like, victim, that. I mean, all these flags going on. So what? I mean, I was a walking disaster. The level of consciousness I had, I thought I was doing good. And I caused myself an enormous amount of suffering and grief. Massive. And other people. And you know, and you're like so mortified. But then you've also got to be understanding and loving to yourself. You knew no better. You were doing with what you thought was best and that you would never have done any different than that level of You have to forgive yourself. Very important, people. Thank you, Amy. I am, I'm not worried anyway, as I say. Look, I've survived. I left, came back. I've had upgrades so I could make this shift. I got a bit of help with the physical vessel. Still here. You know, it's a body. When this projection, when it's my time to go, I'm going to go. That's it. It doesn't matter when it is, I'm going. And it's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. You actually know. When it's time of actually death, like I was told, it's time to go now. It's time to go. And it's such a, when you're dying, I'm saying, that voice, it's time to go. That knowing, it's your higher self, it's you. You know, without a full inch of a doubt. And it's like, oh my gosh. And then you're like, oh shit. Because now, what about tomorrow? I didn't get that done. You see, you think you've still got time. Like me, I was like, oh my gosh, but I haven't left a message. What about the will? How are they going to find it? All this is going through my mind. My kids, I was terrified they were going to find this decaying body because I thought, oh my God, I didn't, so I got a bit more organized after that. But at that time, I had manifested and did want to go. So my manifestation came true and it was time to leave. All of a sudden, boing, I was dying. And this voice came, it's time to go. And there was no fear, no worry. It was like, oh, wow, it's over. It's like you knew the game was over. It's like, okay, the game's done. Okay. And you're just like waiting. That's it. And you're going. Seriously, that's how simple it is. It's like, okay, it's time to go home now. And you just know you're going. Without a doubt. It's like, okay, there we are. But that's when you start thinking, oh my gosh, I should have done that, because then you're still thinking of the body and you're worrying about, you worry about them. So you never know, people. When it's your time, you go. Okay, that's up. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, some people only get to do it. It's too hard. They don't want to face too much work, or they don't want to face any more. They're not ready in this lifetime. Or reasons. All kinds of. We all got our own reasons. Who am I to say? We've all got our own reasons and purposes. Eh? We've got our agreements and things. All right. All right, lovely people. Have a good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I must try and remember how to even close this thing. There we are. Ha! Bye.